Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You and me got a whole lot of meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. And we can do nothing at all. So what? If you're stupid then you know it's nothing wrong. You and me got a whole lot of meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. And we can do nothing at all. So what? If you're stupid then you know it's nothing wrong. You and me got a whole lot of meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Hola, mi amigos. Hola, mi totos. And what else? There is this term they use. Okay, I don't embarrass myself. Somebody read that for me. How is it pronounced? Zisext. Oh, damn, man. I did not know. Okay, I did not know. Caro. I did not know. Let me actually write that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite word that I carried from AM Caro. I did not know how to pronounce that word. Anyway, guys, welcome so very much. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome to this episode. Welcome back for the returning subscribers, returning viewers. You've been here more than once. All right, you've been here more than once. Welcome back. You've been here. You've never been here. This is your very first time here. Welcome so much. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Today, I'm not gonna put my glasses because I just wanna look you in the eyes. Today I just wanna look you in the eyes and talk to you straight. All right. And so I welcome y'all. Tell you to hit the like button and subscribe. Right? I did not know. I don't know how that term is pronounced. Zes. Whatever, man. So welcome so much. Hit the like button, subscribe this channel. Let's get started. All right. Have a couple of topics to talk about today, including the very favorite of today. I did not know, from Senso and his favorite driver, that is Giti Riba. All right. So let's start before we go to nyabohanse. Before we head to nyabohanse to talk about Sensor and his driver. Can we start from this disturbing news that I'm just seeing on this platform? There is this very disturbing news that I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, this one is really, really horrible. Okay, this is bad. And I'm trying to see a pattern here, right? Let me put this on your screen at least. It may reminding you about what we'll be talking about today. Okay, right there. I put it there. All right, so from the thumbnail, you can see I have like 4 people in the, 4 people over there. I have Gitiriba the first on the left, then Peter, I don't know, Peter, the Carl Peter or Carl, I don't know, call him how you want, because I don't know how to pronounce that. Peter Carl. That man working on firewood over there, and we have the third person is Christmas List, and the fourth, of course, Sensor, right? So I bet to start from Christmas List here, because I really find a lot of disturbing news about him and his people, the people who actually collaborate with him in his videos. So I was checking in the streets, and I happened to meet a post from Christmas List, and the post was really disturbing. Okay, let's start from there, because I really think most of y'all have seen this. If you haven't, then I'll start breaking the news for you. And before that, let me take a moment to say congratulations, Christmas List, for 500K subscribers. Actually, as I'm speaking right now, I made a post barely 2 days ago where I was saying Christmas List has just hit 5,000 subscribers, and currently he's at 505K. So meaning he's growing more than 1,000 subscribers a day. So right now, as I'm making this video, he's at 505K subscribers. That is a very big gain, right? So congratulations, Christmas List, for the 505K subscribers. However, when I was checking his post, I met something really disturbing about people who actually mysteriously, I don't know how to even call it, like they just die, all right? They just kipai. They just go back to the creator. Let me use that, because I don't know how that pattern is connected. Most of people, if you go back to Christmas List, every video that he featured someone, and the video appeared to be so much controversial, and people maybe were showing firearms or something, and they were showing a very big thug life, like a thug life, something like a gangster lifestyle. Those people don't really make it that far, okay? Barely a day or two, maybe a month or 2 months or something, we hear news about the people featured in Christmas List gone, like died. So I'm like, how is this even connected? I remember when Christmas List was arrested in Trinidad and Tobago for the case of sedition or something. I was asking these questions like, could it be connected? This guy could be working for some undercover something that he goes, he approaches them, and they think that he's giving them voice according to them. And now it's like, now they come front, these thugs, these gangsters, they come front by themselves to tell the world, the public, that look, we are gangsters and we profess to be quite gangsters. So the authorities out there, the international authority that deals with anti-criminal organization or maybe anti-crime and those kind of things, they know their target. This is the person we are looking for. Because, for example, if Christmas List go to nyabohanse and all those goons come on camera and say, we are goons, we run these criminal organizations here in nyabohanse. So do you know that that could be a very good, like a roadmap? If someone is really looking for goons there, he'll be like, okay, this is my target, this is my target, this is my target. So when I'm looking at Christmas List post, I see he posted, like, there's a bunch of similar posts on Christmas List that every moment he features some gangsters on his video, and days after leaving there, we hear stories that the person I featured on my video when I was there barely a week or 2 weeks ago, or a month, that person has been finished, has been unlived by maybe the authority or maybe other gangs. So it's something that has been going on and on and on. And today I'm like, okay, Chris, I know that your channel is really growing so bad, but could this be like Christmas list is exposing these gangsters to their targets and now they're being dealt with just like that? Or is this something that we don't know? Maybe. So let me take you through his post. Like we will meet more than 5 posts that he make a video today with someone featuring them on his video. Then after leaving that place, that person goes like that. Like he just come and post there. Sad news just hit my desk that the guy I featured yesterday or the other day has been unlived, has been shot several times, have been done this, have been butchered. And I'm like, okay, so all he can do is write a public post and say, my bad, my condolences to the family. Okay, that person was kidnapped after I featured them. And all he can say is, I'm sorry, he got. Man, I don't know, okay? I'm not going to say like I know that is connected or something, but out of shock, I was like, no. Chris, how many posts have you written of the same that the person who featured has been unlived, the person who did have been done? Okay, somebody told me, show us. Let me show you real quick, okay? If you check on this one, this is one post. 3 hours ago, he wrote this, okay? So this is Christmas list, published a post here from a video he made a month ago. You can look at here, 1 month ago, and the video has 125,000. Sorry, I opened that. Sorry. I didn't want to open that. So this video that he published 1 month ago that has 125K views, he featured someone in that video. And today he come and write a public and say, more bad news. The man featured to the left in the red, this guy, in the red on this thumbnail was killed yesterday after dropping his child to school. Belize is going into a state of emergency with 3 murders in the last 48 hours. Let's pray for peace in Belize City. So I don't know. I mean, it was just 1 month that Christmas list featured this guy. And today, this guy is normal. Okay, speaking about people featured and they go, that is one post. Just write that one. As we go, let me take you to the second post that I personally saw that he wrote and say the same thing. Okay, another thing is here. Okay, another thing is here. Just a month ago, listen up. That was one case. That's a month ago, and no, that is today. Here's another thing. Just a month ago, he wrote this. Let me expand this to you. It has come to my attention. Another thing, it has come to my attention that a gang member featured in some of my recent videos from Haiti was killed by police on Sunday. All right, on Sunday. This a month ago. So in a month, we have like 2 or 3 cases of the same. I don't know. I'm overthinking. That one I agree. Yes, I could be overthinking, but I don't know. Somebody's telling me, JT, you're really overthinking on this. But tell me, how is this connected, by the way? Like every gang member that is featured on Christmas list video, it just, I don't know. Okay, let's go on. Come to our attention that a gang member featured in one of my recent videos from Haiti was killed by police on Sunday. While there is no denying the harm he caused, his action led to pain, okay, and suffering of many. It's hard for me to process how I feel about this. At just 12 years old, this young man was pulled into a life of gangster, lured by promises of money, clothes, and drugs. His choices were never truly his own. He was given a path, not a future. While many may feel relieved that he's no longer in the earth, I can't help but feel sorrow for what could have been. This was a 19-year-old who never had a fair chance at life or opportunity to change his circumstances. Okay, that said, I want to clear why I empathize with his story. I don't excuse it. the criminal committed, or the crimes committed in the places where opportunity is more accessible. The difference is Black. The Black is the guy, now the name. Black was taken from childhood, drugged, manipulated, and controlled, whereas others make choices to commit crimes for personal gain, like buying a new car and flashy necklace. The context matters, and it's not the same. Rest in peace, Black, and the victims of his crimes. I hope this is a step into healing. That is the second case. If I take you a little bit, I'm just going to show you a few cases that I've been seeing here before actually we move. There are a few cases here that I've been seeing. Those are already two cases. Let me take you back a little bit down where I saw another thing. Leave alone that. Okay, another one is here. 3 months ago. Okay, 3 months ago, another case is here. Unfortunately, I have been informed that 2 men featured in my videos have tragically passed away in the last few days. Barry from Denham Town, Jamaica, featured in the video, this and that and that. Reader, family, okay. My deepest condolences go to their friends and families during this difficult time. Wow, okay. I don't know. I mean, you might be right that I'm overthinking, but I don't know how this is happening. Like this rate of people going like that is high, based on the fact that just a month of featuring this person on your video, they're killed. A month, another month of featuring this other person on your video, they're killed. I mean, just 3 months ago, in a span of let me say now 2 months. In a span of 3 months, we have now more than 4 cases now, because in this video we have 2 men, the other one, and today's case. Just 3 months ago, if I drop with this list a little bit, just a little bit. No, it is here. You'll see another case, very disturbing, which I don't know how this is happening, by the way. I'm not saying like it is connected or something, but I'm like, how is this even happening? Because this is quick, fast. This is fast, like very, very fast. See, another case is here before even proceed a little bit. 4 months ago. So it's like every month we'll hear the same thing. 4 months ago, another case is here. It has come to my attention, and that is exactly how he writes the post. It has come to my attention that the guy is normal. Okay. It has come to my attention that Maggie has passed away. I don't know what happened to Maggie, but I don't know. Maggie, one of the person that was featured on the video. Wow. Anyway, there is a lot happening there. There's a lot. Even you remember the case of Sean. You remember the case of the other guy who was kidnapped. There's a lot of cases. I don't know if I can find some other here that I saw. I saw more than 5 cases that I wanted to share with you a little bit, so that you can help me understand. Am I really overthinking, or is this something that is this something that maybe you can think of? Okay. Maybe it is here. Sorry, let me try to see another post that I saw of the same cases. And I'm not gonna stay in this for so long, but I was wondering, like, how come that every time somebody is featured on his video, it doesn't take too long before he breaks the news that unfortunately somebody is dead. And I can see on this channel, he deleted a lot of posts and a video. So basically, there's not a lot to show. But you remember even the other cases. Okay. Another case is here, actually, barely 9 months ago. You can see it here. Plan B boss was shot. I don't know if he survived, by the way. How is Plan B boss doing? That one was shot. Another guy. You remember even the 19-year boy? Anyway, the case is big. Like, these stories are so big, too much. I'm trying to look at them. I don't know. Okay. So, all right. Someone is telling me I'm overthinking. Maybe I am. But tell me, how exactly is this whole thing connected anyway? I don't know. You guys, let's say, let me check what you guys are saying. Join late. It is because he is interviewing dangerous people who live this dangerous life. So nothing to do with. I mean, I wasn't saying that it has anything to do with Chris, but I was wondering who is coming after these people. You understand? Like, don't get me wrong. Because I can see you're in the comment section. Maybe you are confused. What am I talking about? I'm asking who is coming after these people after being featured on Christmas list videos that they have been seeing. Now we hear a lot of stories like this. Could it be like after they come on camera and profess like what they do publicly like that, so their targets know exactly who they are, where they operate from, and they come for them just like that? Or is it? So I can see that comment. It's because he is interviewing dangerous people who live this dangerous life. So nothing to do. Yeah. So nothing is surprising us, right? That could be something. All right. So let's say a lot are happening in these streets, but what do we say? With Chris, maybe nothing. Maybe you don't know nothing. I will assume that it's a coincidence. Okay. We're gonna assume that coincidences happen, that you feature someone on your video, and a month or 2 months they go. Or maybe let me go with that comment that indeed these people live dangerous lives, and maybe that's the rate at which they die, right? I mean, they don't survive for long. But now, how come they've been gangsters for all that time and only die after being featured on video? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, it was so disturbing for me to imagine how quick these people go. Maybe at the rate at which they go, but it's not something big that should really pin me down. But I feel their families. All right. Yet unfortunately, they will have met their demise with or without being on videos. That's true. That's really true. But can you see the rate? I was talking about the rate at which, after being featured on video, how long they take before they go. So does it mean that that is the rate at which all these gangsters are dying, even not on these videos? Whatever, man. Let's go to nyabohanse. Enough of craze. Let's go back to our favorite niche, that is nyabohanse. All right. So welcome to another segment. Hit the like button. Let's change the niche to our favorite niche, nyabohanse, because that is where the magic is happening. Okay. All right. So today I was checking Senso and Gitiriba. And first of all, before I even talk about Gitiriba, I can say, maybe before I talk about the whole thing of the drive and stuff, again, let me say congratulations to Gitiriba. All right. Congratulations to Gitiriba, because I didn't actually expect that Gitiriba could actually master the art of driving, that quick. I was thinking maybe, we've had cases of people going to driving schools and they come out, they don't know anything apart from just telling you, I went to driving school, I have a driver's license. But, I was watching how Gitiriba was turning that car, and I was like, okay, Gitiriba, this one, this one really caught me, on surprise. For real, I didn't see that coming from Gitiriba. That was really impressive. It was really impressive to watch Gitiriba turn that car like that. It was so impressive. Anyway, let me take you there so that we can talk a little bit about them, about Gitiriba and Senso. So Gitiri, was actually barely months ago when Senso went to Argentina. He took Gitiriba to driving school, all right? But I kind of remember the Senso was talking about buying us a home car, like a family car. That's why he thought he would take Gitiriba because he wanted Gitiriba to be his personal driver. That's what I remember. And now that he got an idea of starting a tour company, maybe a travel company, he thought of Gitiriba. Gitiriba can be our driver, can be driving this. And now Gitiriba went to school, to driving school, and I can say he really did what he was supposed to do, because in driving school, all you need to know is the basic rules and how to really drive. Okay, drive, and that for him actually, I saw he passed. All right, Gitiriba, for that, hats off. But now here's something. Now that Sensor wanted to give him he wanted to say like he wanted Gitiriba to be the driver of that Safari Land Cruiser, the 4x4, four-wheel drive. I really think it is not true when Sensor say that he wanted Gitiriba to be a driver of that tour company car, because he knows pretty well that Gitiriba's education cannot allow him to go there. He even say that. And he knows very well that it is the driver the driver that is needed to drive such kind of car is a driver who got more experience and more knowledge about the tour, or maybe the tour business, or the tour field, not just a driver. But anyway, I really kind of think that to maintain him as the closest guy, as the most loyal guy, to still maintain him and give him hope that, be around here, you can be doing all that you've been doing all through without feeling bad. I think that's why he had to say, you know what, I really thought you could be my driver. I mean, I really thought you could be the driver of this car. But it's not the case. The same guy knows that Gitiriba, his education could not get him to do that course, because that is a tourist, like a course, okay? And now I know that that could be the same reason why he took him to school, because this guy, he can operate under my rules, okay? He can take my orders. He can drive my wife around without messing around, because he respects me so much. Because him, he's not that guy that can think outside the box or something, without due respect, that he can think about overturning anything that I'm starting. So he's not in that capacity. So I really think that is why Kenge called him the most loyal guy. Most loyal guy who can be there, do everything. The most respectful guy, the most chilled. He's not greedy. The all reason that he's giving him all these praises is because he knows that Gitiriba has no capacity to overturn something that Senso has done, because first he knows maybe his level of education, he knows what he's capable of, and he knows how far his limit can go. So it's not a surprise that he was coming here and say, I did not know. My favorite quote from Caro, I did not know that Gitiriba could not actually drive my car. But anyway, let me say, according to Gitiriba, according to how I know the guy, he has really, really tried. He did his best to master the art of driving. He did his very best. And actually, how he drove that car, that Safari car, it really surprised me. I was like, okay, Gitiriba, right here, man, right here, that was impressive. But anyway, let's go back to let's go into the Gitiriba and Senso to hear what Senso is trying to say, right? Okay. Senso came here giving a very long story about Gitiriba, who Gitiriba is, why he took him to school, blah, 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 blah. And I guess that is where we'll be starting from. Sorry. Okay. We will start from here. From here, all right?
So Gitiriba, during all this time, close to 3 years I've known him, and he's been a very, first is loyal, number two, not greedy guy, because I realized.
All right. The two qualities that have Gitiriba preferred to be so much the guy that can be given anything like maybe a position in census kingdom is one. He's loyal. And this loyalty, I guess, when Sensor calls you loyal, you have to understand that when Sensor calls you loyal, he means that you can do anything that he tells you to do. All right? First, he is special. Somebody say that. First, he is special. Anyway, let me replay. Maybe I didn't hear.
3 years I've known him, and he's been a very, first is loyal, number two, not greedy guy, because I.
All right. First, he's loyal. I don't know to who, to him and or maybe to Rocio or to whoever, to the home, to the family. First, he's loyal, and two, he's not a greedy guy. Give him $2. Tell him to work for an entire month. He can do that freely without complaining. He not greedy. He's not like Mayuguno. You know, that is a very good comparison. That unlike Mayuguno, who want to establish an empire for himself, Mayuguno who want to do stuff for himself. He want to be a man on his own. He want to do stuff without really without really bending down for someone to give directions. He want to manage his projects by himself. That's being greedy. If you want to have your own donors without actually these donors coming through him, you're greedy. Why is Kung Fu Fant asking me this question? JT Podcast, are you in any way related to Trevor, Munga Eve's ex? Yo, come to my DMs. That is more personal. I can tell you. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But hit me up. I'll tell you. We kind of look alike, right? I know what you mean. Anyway, so first of all, Gitiriba is a loyal guy because, of course, this guy has been here, taking all the BS from the censor, doing everything the censor commands him to do, and loyal in a way that those, border safaris. You understand what I mean by border visits? Border visits. He been there as a border driver. I mean motorbike rider. He been there riding him around as a personal driver. So the loyalty here means this guy has kept a bunch of secrets of the Swamp Kingdom. If there is anyone that you can trick, to reveal everything that maybe Sensu is afraid to come out, is Gitiriba. First of all, you remember when Gitiriba was arrested with the cases of maybe, I don't know what was that exactly, could be the minor cases and defilement or something. But do you remember how long it took Sensu and his friends to get Gitiriba out of jail and that case to be thrown away, miles away? It took a very short time because he knows that Gitiriba is the biggest secret keeper for this guy, and he knows a lot about the censor. Before the world began, Gitiriba was there. Being the personal driver, carry me around to the border, sneak someone to Mabila, do this ABC, the guy with the logistics. Gitiriba, I need this girl to be sneaked to my bedroom. Hey, Gitiriba, I need Paris to be taken to the other bedroom. Gitiriba, I need you to take me to border right now. Gitiriba, I need you to do A, B, C to Z. And Gitiriba, shut your mouth. All right? Don't say a word. Okay. And Gitiriba does exact same thing. Don't say a word. He shut them out. Don't tell nobody that somebody came here and he doesn't. Don't complain, he doesn't. That's why King is praising him now. Gitiriba, the most loyal guy. He's not greedy. Pay him, don't pay him, he still will work. And let me say this. For real, Gitiriba really deserve a lot, Really, Gitiriba deserve a lot from Censor. I mean, it's not something that Censor should come out and beat the chest and say, I took him to the driving school. I paid his school fees. That is nothing, Senso. If you really go down to how much Gitiriba has done to this Swamp Kingdom, offering free labor, being there, you go to Gitiriba's videos and see. In the past 2 weeks, Gitiriba has been working there tirelessly, day and night, keeping that swamp tidy. Because ever since I left the village, or maybe that villa, it was a whole mess. You remember how it was looking like. And now, take a look at how the villa is looking like. By that time, Senso comes back. Because Gitiriba was there, working day and night. I really think he really deserves a lot. Don't just say that you've taken him to school, you paid his school fees. But you know what? He's loyal. He keeps the secrets. He takes little or no pay at all. He doesn't complain. Unlike those other people that came to blow the whistle and say, I've been working here for 90 days, Mogesi. I worked here for 90 days and I never paid. No, Gitiriba doesn't complain. That's why he's not greedy. He doesn't want to get rich by tomorrow. He doesn't complain. So you hear all those praises that the censor is pouring to this guy is because he doesn't know how to complain. Also, you have to think about the charges he had against minors. A job like that has to do with children. That's what I was talking about. Like, the guy was charged and arrested. But you remember how quick censor took to get him out? Because I really think Senso has him and the Gitiriba. They have something in common that they don't want people to get in between. So having listened to all those praises that Senso is pouring to Gitiriba, how he's loyal, how he's not greedy. And you remember even when Gitiriba was constructing a house, Senso was there as a manager. Senso was taking he was overseeing everything that was going down. Him, and this is Gitiriba building his own house. So Senso has to say, your gate will be here. This will be the road. That one will be this one will be your toilet. And this one you put here. Your house will be here. And now Gitiriba has to follow everything like that. Meaning you don't have to have a plan if you're working with Senso. That's why you all know that Senso and Mayuguno are not that good. But because now Rocio wanted to do a damage control, she printed those T-shirts or the jersey, right? They call them jersey. So she printed those jersey and she brought them. She brought them for Gitiriba, for Mayuguno and all. And so Mayuguno was to be called to come and pick the jersey. But you saw the energy was so off. And they were even forced to dance. Dance, Mayuguno. Dance, Gitiriba. Down the ground and show that you're so grateful. And Gitiriba performed. So Mayuguno, on the other hand, is trying to be a man on his own. He want to build his house. He want to supervise everything on he want to manage his own cash and do the project he want to do. And that's exactly why Senso does not see Gitiriba the same way he sees Mayuguno, because Mayuguno tend to think on his own. And that is a red flag. And that's a very big red flag for Kenya. If you really try to imagine that you can think, you're not loyal. You're so greedy. You remember when he was trying to get a donation by himself? Oh, Senso came here so hard. Like, anyway, let me not go even there. There is here now. In Argentina, we promised to take him to where? To school. It is here. All right, listen to this.
We went to Argentina for 7 months, and while I was there, I promised Gitiriba that I would take him to driving school because I was about to buy this Land Cruiser here.
Sorry. Okay, I had muted. So when we were in Argentina, we stayed there for close to 7 months. I promised to take him to school because I wanted him to be the driver of this Land Cruiser, which is a big lie. Okay, that is a very big lie, because Senso knew that you cannot be a driver of a tourist company without. Okay, I just want to sound so formal and friendly because I have respect for Gitiriba, because he's just such a young, hardworking man. For me, I really don't have a lot of, I don't have much on Gitiriba because I really think he's just naive, he's just naive, he's just green, he's being used, because if he really had everything configured or maybe figured out together, he wouldn't be used like he is right now. But it is all on sensor. For me and Gitiriba, I really think Gitiriba is such a guy that want to get, somewhere. But, based on his level of education, based on how his exposure, based on maybe his family background, because the same sensor was describing how this guy grew up, his parents, his family, his educational background. He's trying, and he want to be loyal to the boss because, that's exactly how you can get paid. Bend low, lick the nyash, do everything they say. Wow. But I know that's a lie that Gitiriba wanted to be the driver of that thing because no, he couldn't. Okay. And he is something,
Okay, so my intention was actually to buy this Land Cruiser, and because Gitiriba has already proven to be one, loyal, and two, less greedy, because I realized, and greediness is cost.
Okay, because Gitiriba has proven countless times that he is not greedy, and he is the most loyal guy I have around. Any other guy like Gintu turned against me the other day. He exposed what I was doing in the villa. Look at Mogesi, look at Strongman, look at whoever. But this guy has been here, and he has mastered the art of shutting his mouth. He doesn't speak. No matter how much you squeeze him, he will still remain loyal to me. It's a good thing. She's a really good thing. But here's the reason why now Senso is saying Gitiriba why he can't be the driver, which for one, it is true. But again, the reason why Gitiriba cannot be a driver and he cannot drive that thing that Senso is saying, or maybe say he wanted him to be, is the reason that I'll be giving in a second. But check this first.
By dishonesty, when you're not honest, you want things, but actually we are told he cannot actually be the driver of this Land Cruiser because this car is tourist, and that means we need somebody who has even first gone for driving school. Number two, has stayed with that driving license for 2 years. Number three is he has gone to which school is that? Tourism.
All right. So we are told. Yeah, newbie comment. That is exactly what I told you, that the guy been his personal driver for so long, okay? For years and years. And since now they keep each other secret, that is the guy he trusts the most because maybe he has proven, according to him, he has proven to be the most loyal guy, not greedy. When you mention loyalty with Sensor, it means you will learn to shut your mouth, don't expose him, don't say a word, and don't complain. Don't complain. That one you score. So this guy has proven, but we are told, I don't know who told them now. We are told that he cannot be a driver because you have to stay with your license for more than 2 years. That's to mean experience now, because in 2 years with your DL, that you have to renew. The driver license have to be renewed, I think, annually or something. You have to be clearing on it and maybe giving records and data. So meaning you have at least to have a car that you drive in between 2 years. It's probably that you have driven a lot of cars. So that's to mean experience. And another thing is that you have to be at least, you should have gone to the school of tourism. Pronunciation is something. Anyway, let me rewind a little bit.
For driving school, cannot actually be the driver of this. So I took him to driving school. But the thing is, we are told he cannot actually be the driver of this Land Cruiser because this car is tourist, and that means we need somebody who has even first gone for driving school. Number two, has stayed with that driving license for 2 years.
I've gone to driving school, and two, stayed with the driver's license for more than 2 years, and three, the guy who has attended the school of tourism, because you have to be familiar with the tourist sector. Because, of course, you have to be that guide, the tour guide or something. Because most companies don't really hire driver and a tour guide separately. You have to be the guy who will be showing people around and show them, tell them. Because, as you're driving and someone asking you, hey, so where are we heading to? We tell them we're heading to Amboseli, we're heading to Masai Mara. So approximately how many yards? I mean, what is the like they ask you a question, for example, the tourist, they ask you, I mean, what are the how can I say, the geographical configuration of this, latitude and longitude of this area, or maybe the compass direction, how can we navigate here, or there's more history about this road, some more history about this plant, something of that sort. So you have to be a little bit familiar with that. So sensor know this all that time, but because me, I think, according to me, I really think the guy really wanted a personal driver, and this personal driver had to be someone naive, had to be someone who is not that much exposed, and have to be someone who does not really have a big ambition in life, that he can see that, you know, you're trying to impress me, like I'm doing too much for you, and I'm getting nothing or maybe little from this. So at least that's what you really think. If, for example, if someone like Gintu went to a driving school, and he has a driving license, a driver's license, do you really think that Sensor will hire him to dump all his job that he's doing to come and do all that for him? I really think Sensor really wanted someone like a volunteer driver that can be driving. Yeah, that is the word actually. A volunteer driver that will be working either for pleasure, for shoutouts, to be praised, like, you know, this guy had been driving me from the motorbike, and now he's driving my safari car. And you can imagine that he doesn't even demand payment because he's a good friend of mine. And you know what? Check his YouTube channel, and he can vlog on the way. I guess that is the reason why he wanted it to be Gitiriba. But again, I really think he wanted him to go to school, to driver school, because he wants him to be that personal driver, that family driver, because for one, I know he can be controlled. Rosio can give him orders, he can take them without complaint. And for him, maybe he really thinks that this guy cannot go beyond limits. Like, I mean, he cannot step too high, even maybe telling Rosio, what's up? Hey, what's up? What do you have there? Can we check the one twos that you got before Sensor comes back? I really think maybe that is the reason, because he really think he's so loyal and not greedy. Greedy that he is so contented with whatever he has, be it a wife, be it the side chicks and stuff like that. So he cannot attempt to go in that direction of maybe talking to Rocio, maybe, you know, stepping too high. That is why I really think. But it's not that he really wanted him to be the driver of his travel company. That is a big lie, because I know he know that the guy, his maybe education level cannot really, and you know, to be a tourist guide or a tour guide, you have to be a little bit fluent in communication, maybe at least be in a position that you can communicate with these international people, because you can't be driving them when you're quiet, like, bro, you don't talk. When they ask you about stuff like a new fumble here and there, I mean, communication is another thing. So he knew that. But he wanted Gitiba to be a personal driver. Just that now he's doing something called damage control, so that the guy would know that, you know what, this guy really wanted a lot for me. It's only that for me, I cannot qualify. But anyway, I'll be here as a loyal guy, and I'll wait for my portion to come. But maybe I can be. So to keep on offering that free labor, to keep on being there, keeping the secrets, and don't feel like he is kind of looked down upon. That's a very smart way. But anyway.
Number 3 is he has gone to which school is that? Tourism school. Tourism school. Because you need to differentiate the difference between a baboon, a monkey, and which other that looks like a baboon?
A chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee. Yeah, you have to differentiate what a chimpanzee is. So a tourist does not ask you, what is that? And it's a big baboon, and you say it's a big monkey, you know?
Yeah, I understand. But anyway, that is kind of true, because you know that the guy you're talking to, the guy he's talking to there is clearly the guy who cannot, you know, differentiate all those stuff, or maybe explain to tourists about the difference between a baboon, a monkey, and a chimpanzee and stuff like that, and give a small history about them, and talk about what he described that fauna and flora, the plants and animals, you know, gives history about roads and tourist destination centers like game parks, lakes, stuff like that. So he know the capacity of this guy cannot be there. But anyway, a damage control, right? But that is the reason. I mean, those are the reasons why he's giving that. These are the reason why this guy cannot be the driver of this 4x4. Land Cruiser. But anyway, Githriba still has to be, the loyal guy has to be there and wait for placements. But now, do we have a driver of choice? Because when you talk about loyalty, it means a lot to Senso. Because initially, when when this car was being tested with the Senso on the road test first, there was a guy who was driving that, and he said to be Senso's uncle. You remember that uncle? So it is quite unfortunate that even that uncle does not qualify to drive this thing, because for Senso, it is not about you having an experience to drive it. It's about you being loyal to him, you taking all the BS that he tells you to do. Don't complain, don't do nothing, because even if you have the experience and you know much about tourism, still there's something to do with loyalty. There's something to do with him trusting you. So I don't know that you have a tourist company, but you need a driver that has what? Qualifications and experience, but you have to trust them. I don't know. How will you trust them? Only if they act like Githriba. And I'm afraid no sane driver who has the experience and the qualification will want to bend low like Githriba to work for shoutouts. No, it's not going to happen. But hey, that uncle who was testing the car the other time we were watching that, still for Senso, he doesn't really look at him like the guy who can take over that. Anyway, let me take you there so that you can listen to that. Because I listened to it, I was like, yeah, I know that Senso will throw him under the bus at the long run. All right, guys.
Driving school fees. Technically, I can call it school fees for driving, okay? So I paid because one of the reasons I paid for that is I wanted to give this Land Cruiser to someone I really trust. Because sometimes, you know, it's a huge investment.
Okay, someone say, come on, the uncle has a job. He works somewhere else. So if he works somewhere else, how was he taking care of this car of Senso? Because for him, this is the guy who would be taking care of the car. He was there when the car was being built. He'd been testing it and doing everything. That's to mean if tomorrow this car has to start, the Land Cruiser, give it credit. If the Land Cruiser has to start working by tomorrow, it will be the uncle, because we don't have the one. But you have to give it to someone you trust. So you have a tourist company and maybe a tour company. But now, how exactly are you gonna narrow down to trusting? I mean, trust. How will you buy that trust? How will you prove that this person is trustworthy? Okay, so it's not about qualification anymore. Like this guy is qualified to be. It's not experience. It's not about how you can do it. The job is about how you can trust the person, because maybe this guy can think about going to maybe Shoplify, or maybe, you know, steal the engine and the spare parts. I don't know. But precisely, in short, he needs someone who can be moved around like Githriba. That is exactly. But now, the only problem we have with Githriba is he is not in a position that he can advance from just a driver to a tour guide, because his level of education cannot permit him to take another further studies, because you need to be maybe on O level, like high school, beyond high school, and at least have a high school grade to enroll on a different course, because that really it takes a lot to learn and to learn about tourists, because it's much of history. You have to learn about history. Who did this? The first person who was doing this? How was this thing actually developed? You go to Lake Naivasha, Bogoria, whatever, where you see the hot springs. You have to explain to tourists who have never been into this place, like, how come that this water is coming from the ground but is so superheated that you can boil an egg there for 5 minutes and eat? It's not like fiction. It's something that's happening there. So you have to explain to them how is that process actually happening from the underground. That water is heated with the hot rocks down there, and the pressure pushes it out to come out as a geisha or something. And now explain to tourists so that they can understand the history. You go to a certain road in Kenya that gravity does not really work there. That you easily climb the hill, but you find it so difficult to go down on the slope, because actually when you put something down there on the slope, like a bottle of water, it will be rolling up. It's not a mystery. It's not like history. I mean, it's not imagination. It's something that happens. Some parts of Kenya, like you can place something down there in the steep, and that thing is rolling upwards, like on the hill. So you have to explain to people how did that happen. You go learn a little history about that. So you know that GTD cannot go beyond that because his level of education cannot take him there. But let's go back to who can do this. Is someone who's qualified and blah, blah, blah. But again, that person has to be trusted. That person cannot steal from censor. All right.
One of the reasons I paid for that is I wanted to give this Land Cruiser to someone I really trust. Because sometimes, it's a huge investment, and if you give your car to someone who does not have you at heart, they may go out there and not follow even traffic rules, and then you'll have issues with
someone you can trust, someone who cannot go there and hit your car, maybe after stuff and sell, and blah, blah, blah. But, let's see.
Things, not just even things in the car, like maybe somebody can even exchange you a new engine part.
Yeah. And other short stories. Those and other short stories. But, let's go back here.
Coming from to actually have this Land Cruiser, okay? But at the same time, now that Gitiriba can't actually drive this car, we will do an exam. We will have what we call a job interview.
Now that GTD cannot drive that car, so what is the end game? We'll have an interview, we'll have an exam, so that someone can come here, and we have to know that this guy can be trusted. But Gitiriba, for real, you have to remain there loyal and not greedy, because your position is still there. Family driver, because tell me how Sensor can hire someone so good looking and knows how to express himself and that knows his worth and he doesn't want to be oppressed, and maybe or maybe not because of maybe Sensor's fears, that guy can do stuff. But Gitiriba is qualifying for Sensor's free labor. But anyway, all the same, Gitiriba all around, he cannot qualify to do that job. That is a valid point. But now, claiming that he didn't know, there's a lie. For real. So the interview will be held, and I don't know who will be like the judge, Rocio. Rocio Mama, what do you think about JT? Can he qualify? Because he has a driver's license. He's been with a driver's license for more than 4 years. He's been driving around. He has experience. He's been working for Deep East Safaris, and he's now here looking for a job. So Rocio Mama, what do you think? Can JT qualify? And Rocio will be looking at me, be like, JT, I don't really think so, because JT looks like the guy who can take your BS. When you tell him to jump, he won't ask how high. He will ask, why will I jump? And that is a big red flag. So you will need someone who will tell, hey, Gitiriba, jump. And all Gitiriba will ask is, yes, sir, how high do you want me to jump? 20 feet up. Yes, sir, I can do that, even if you can't. But, Rocio, I hope I'll be there to know how that job interview be done. Mm-hmm. So, it will be held, and people have to come and say, I qualify, so can you hire me? No. And I'm sure that interview will be done on camera. So, this guy is looking for a job, but we don't want him. This one looking for a job, we don't want him. One interesting thing I heard today from this guy. I won't dare. Trust me, I can't dare to go there. So one thing I heard so interesting from the guy from David Jr. today is about hiring skilled labor. I mean professionals. Okay. It's not about that this guy is a friend to my mama. This guy is my friend. We've been known each other for so long. Today, David Jr. comes to give Senso some shades. I mean, to throw some shades to Kenge, saying, for me, a higher skilled labor. You can see my house, it's not leaking. So he was about to even say, unlike Senso, who hires, quacks, who come and work on his house, and maybe 2 days later, you see the house leaking. Unlike me, I use professional labor. Actually, I even used waterproof cement. Let me take you there. Just a moment. Yeah. Just a moment. Let me take you there a moment for Davy Nivea Jr. and show you because, yeah, I saw him. All right, is he? Okay. Where is that, David Jr.? Your house is not leaking. I guess it's here. All right, it was here. Let me play this. And yeah.
Right now, probably they're break for lunch. They're not here. Yeah, but the work is going on so well. Good work on progress, guys. And I love the fact that the house is not leaking. You can tell the house is not leaking.
All right. And I like the fact that the work is going on very well. Good work over here. And I love the fact that my house is not leaking. And he goes on explaining that for me, I hire skilled labor, people with skills, and we use materials that are needed, waterproof cements and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, at least for you, you say that you know what you're doing. So who doesn't do that? You know who doesn't do that, right?
The work is going on so well. Good work on progress, guys. And I love the fact that the house is not leaking. You can tell the house is not leaking. It's really, really coming up in good shape. And remember, we didn't use the waterproof, especially when you are doing the concrete. No. That tells you when you put or you get people who are very professional, when you're working with them, your work is very easy because, guys, the ultimate goal about this construction here.
That's to tell you when you get professionals who work on your site, that's to mean your work is assured that you can do a very incredible thing. Because why? If you take works to work for your on your construction site, you can be assured that your construction is going to be messy. And right there I was like, okay, David Jr., you know who doesn't do whatever you're saying, right? So unlike my brother who think he knows a lot, by hiring people that he knows, people he think they are loyal to him, for me, I hire skilled labor, okay, professionals to work on my site, and I use whatever is needed, like the waterproof cement and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, Davey, right there, you're giving Sensor a challenge. But for Sensor, you really think that it's not a challenge, it's a competition. Because why will your house not leak? How will you be getting donations? So are you telling Sensor that you don't want donations? So you don't want no donations, right? So we're talking about hiring Gitiriba. David Juna is now giving something else. But anyway, Gitiriba cannot be a driver. Gitiriba cannot be anywhere like a driver of like a tourist driver, because he is not qualified to even take the course. Because if he was, Sensor will have offered, maybe he will tell people, raise donations so that we can take Gitiriba to go and take that course of tourism as a short course, maybe as a course. Because now he has a driver's license, he has been to driving school. Only thing left is for him to go to the tourism school so that he can learn basics about tourism, how to take tourists around and explain to them basic stuff. But because maybe the guy is not qualified enough to go to that level because of his level of education, and now maybe, and according to her, maybe, and about how Pebbles Muzungu is saying he has a record of molestation allegedly, and that maybe could be a thing that maybe he cannot proceed because he can pass that qualification. He will not pass background checks. Oh my God. Yeah. Yo, how many are you guys serious that we have 57 likes? No, you guys are kidding me. Guys, please like the video, right? Like the video. Okay, now that Gitiriba cannot be a driver, come rain, come shine, he still will be there because now he know how to drive. He'll be driving Rocio and the family because for him, he doesn't need a lot. He's not greedy. He's not that. He's just loyal, and he keeps secrets. He learned how to keep his mouth shut, and so he still be there to do anything that Sensor commands him to do, and by so he will still remain Sensor's favorite. All right. Anyway, speaking about that, we'll be going back to the other guy who was on the middle of the thumbnail right here. I was showing you this guy. What do you say? Justice for our Muzungu. Justice for our Muzungu, because tell me, how is this Muzungu? Somebody told me that this guy is broke as hell. And I don't know, should I agree with that? That the Muzungu is really broke, because if he was that well, how on earth would he be used like that? What is this Muzungu doing? Actually, I'll be doing, I'll be putting like let me put some 2-3 videos here that I can do the reference from. Okay. All right. Let me arrange something for y'all. Let me do something here for y'all to see. In the meantime, guys, like the video, okay? Like the video and subscribe. All right, so I'll put this on your screen like that. On the first screen, like on this first screen, there is our Muzungu, Peter. And on the second screen is Censo in Argentina. So I decided to take that and put them, like juxtapose them, because I really find like, why is this Muzungu going through all this nonsense in the village? Is it true that this guy is just the guy that Dimongo picked from the streets? He's just another broke guy who, I mean, he been into Kenya here. He was just in the streets, stranded there. And now Dimongo decided to use him because now he just accepts some minor payment. Now he's playing around the script. And I'm looking what he's doing here. And I'm now going back to Censo in Argentina. Like, is this how Censo was being used over there? Is it the same thing? Because I've heard someone actually told me that this guy, he knows him, like he knows the guy, and he's just a broke guy who was in the streets of Nairobi, stranded here, and now Dimongo told him, like, I can offer you some job, so help me make views, and we share the revenue. Okay, and now it is here that they are doing it. Anyway, let me play this. I guess I'll mute this. Now this is what the Muzungu is doing in the village there, and that is what Censo was doing.
Okay. Yes.
Now look at that. Okay, should I actually play?
You could split it again. Yes.
We have to.
Look at this.
If you start from the top,
What do you notice?
split from
Look at
here,
those.
it's gonna be easy for you.
Look at those type of thing. No, this is the first one is the Muzungu in Kenya.
Because it has a nail in Iran, yes.
Now this is the Muzungu in Kenya doing all this, and this is censored in Argentina. This is really interesting. I mean, it's really, really much interesting. Oh my God, look at Muzungu's trouser. What on earth is this, Muzungu? What is that? I was told, by the way, it's not like I know, I was told that Muzungu indeed was hovering the streets of Nairobi or wherever he was. He was just a guy in the streets. No sense actually. D. Mwango found him loitering around, jobless and stuff like that. But because she knew that he can be useful when it comes to these streets. That's why all this time his face is being hidden. You know, his face is being hidden because if they put him all over here, people knows him. People from Nairobi, people been there with him in the streets because he knows much of Swahili. He knows a lot of Swahili. He knows a lot of like Kenyan culture. That's why you can see he's not even he doesn't have a problem like eating ugali daily, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He doesn't have a problem with bathing from the river, from doing all this kind of thing. Because like a real Muzungu will actually be breaking down. Will not be doing all this time. That's why I was so like the guy. You know what? The guy is kind of similar to the guy I've been seeing in the street of Nairobi. You know. And yeah, I'm jealous. Enyaka. I'm jealous. Yeah, I understand. I do. I am. So the rented boy, renter boy. The renter boy was in the street of hey. And that is what he was doing. And now he's trying to hustle. Okay, right now he's working. Right there, he's working. So I was trying to look at this case and this one. I was like, oh my God, does it really look the same? Because these people, Senso, on this other hand, he was like this. Oh my God, the commercials. Oh my God. No way. All right. Now look at the Muzungus. I took some screenshots. Can I see them? Let me see if I have them. Sorry, I'm trying to take the screenshot of the Muzungu. Have you liked the video, guys? Let me hope you did. All right, it's right here. These are the screenshots that I was taking from Dapa, and I'm like, somebody need to tell this boy to go back home because he's not gonna do all that. For how long is he going to do all this nonsense? For how much? How much is D. Mongo paying this Muzungu, by the way, to work like this? He need to go back home. This young boy need to go back home, for real. He need to go back home. Oh. They're saying they're heavy drinkers, the Polish. For real? Yeah. When they went to that restaurant, he ordered a drink. Oh my God. But at least he's not like Madam Parasite who pretends like she is better than Kenyans. Yeah, that's it. That's for real. For him, maybe he's trying to be. What else can he do? JT, the Diamond viewership was not viewing. She needed to boost it, so she got herself a paid actor, and he better do everything she said he should do because he's getting paid, and that is all that is about. Absolutely, that's one I agree with you 100%. Because look here, let me put this like what is that? Yeah, this one. where look at this Muzungu, what he's doing all here. Look at Muzungu here. Look at him on this first video. Look what he's doing. Fetching water. I mean, look at that. You see that? Okay. And when I take you to censor video here, he was claiming that when you ask him why he's doing all that, he says that he's being an alpha male. Let me take you there, by the way. All right. Oh, no. Wasn't on this. Oh, my God. No, not there. Not there. It was here. Okay. It is here. All right, it is here that Muzungu was claiming that he's being an alpha male. That's why he has to do all those,
We'll go and see.
Hey, I am pretty excited. Hey, how are you? This is my sister's boyfriend, who we've been hiding the face.
Good morning.
Sorry, what are you doing? Sorry,
Oh my God, you look all that.
my friend. Life in Africa. What are these people doing to you? Let me help you.
One thing about Sensor is like he doesn't have chills. Sensor is really roasting him, saying, "Oh my God, Muzungu, what are these people doing for you? What are these people doing for you, my guy?" And he's like, "Let me help you. Oh my God, let me help you because I know you're on payslip, but what is this?" And now the Mongo is explaining from the background, saying, "You know what? He's the one who's claiming to be an alpha male. Like he just wants to be dominant. Like he doesn't want to see me carrying heavy stuff because he really thinks that his masculinity is being like threatened." I mean, you understand? Like he's being the man, okay, the masculine man, because that is what masculine men do: carry heavy stuff, being a gentleman, like an alpha male. All right. Now, because Dimango is tired of being strong and independent, she hired someone to play the man. Now the man has to do everything. Just like I was seeing Sensor doing stuff over there in Argentina. Anyway, Wazungus have to do.
Let me help you a little bit. You know it's unfair.
That's cheap labor.
And even Sensor say it's unfair. Let me help you, man, because this is unfair. And the guy is saying cheap labor. Yo, the guy is confirming he's on labor. He's he's on a payslip, but cheap. Paid cheaply. Whoa.
What are these people doing to you? Let me help you a little bit. You know it's unfair.
That's cheap labor. Right there.
Let me help you.
Teamwork.
Let me help you.
It's a dream work.
No, that is cheap labor I'm offering here. But he claims that when Dimongo does that on his watch, his masculinity is being in danger. So he's trying to be the alpha male. Wow. For how long, man, are you going to do all those village BS before you break down? And be careful. When malaria catches you, you won't be an alpha male anyway.
This guy watches Andrew Tate, just like Maro.
Alpha male.
Look where he's going. Is he alive?
Just when I do anything to say my masculinity is in danger, please stop. I'm like, okay.
Tomorrow we're going to take him to the cows market.
Yes.
Okay. There's another job for him tomorrow to the cows market. Anyway, it is a bunch of stories that you can looking at and be like, oh my God, all that is happening. Yeah, it is happening. Okay, but before we go, there is something I want to take you to this guy that I listened to. I was like, okay, that one really sounds so good. Let me take you to Nevea Jr. That will be finishing up. That will be finishing up with this. Nevea Jr. is interviewing the daddy, and the daddy is confirming that he was, according to Kohera, that his daddy was in India, and that is where he came from, and came and did what Kohera say, snatched con mom from Mr. Kohera. So it's true that this guy was in abroad, because he's confirming on this video that, I studied there. Okay. Let me take you back a little bit. What is that? Right there. Okay, where's the volume?
Or chapati. Yeah. Other places they call it. This is what we make mandas. Yeah, or chapati. Yeah. Other places they call it roti. Roti. Chapati is so popular in India. I wanted.
All right, so he was showing you what that plant that is it the wheat plant? Yeah, wheat that you use to make chapatis and mandazis. Okay, the baking flour. So it is true that this guy was in India. That's where he came from, to come and snatch conmam from Kohera. I was like, so it's true. It's not like Kohera was throwing shades. No, Kohera was saying this guy lied about being in abroad, but he's never been there. But he's saying that he was there. He was in India. That's why he had that term of roti. That's to mean chapati.
To say that.
Yeah. Roti, that's the one they use it in.
Oh.
Roti.
So you do remember, because
I was there. That's why I took my studies.
Yeah.
Roti, and they.
Okay. So this guy went to India to study, only to come and be conmam's shamba guy. Oh my God. I don't know. That's according to Kohera. Like, he's just a shamba guy. He's just a god. But he went to India to study. What exactly did he learn? Because, okay, this is the third person I'm hearing from this family that went to study higher education. But now, they're not doing nothing with that education. Like, Senso studied actuarial science. That is according to him. Dimango studied whatever she did, and maybe she graduated or not, according to African Tigress. And now she's here doing vlogs. And the Machete man went to India to study, only to come and work as a pangaman for Conma. Oh my God. Anyway.
Roti.
Roti. Chapati is so popular in India. I wanted to say that.
Yeah. Roti, that's the one they use it in.
Oh.
Roti.
So you do remember, because
I was there. That's why I took my studies.
Yeah.
Roti, and they just make it without even oil. Just pure.
Roti. Yeah, I read.
Wow. That's okay. Anyway, Nubi was saying, JT, Kenge said he's a fan of Andrew Tate, which is a big red flag. This is very true. I mean, why is he a red flag? Do you want to say that you hate Andrew Tate because I like him? Anyway, I really think he's just the guy. He's saying his mind, because everyone has their opinion. So Andrew Tate has his own opinion. You can decide to like him or not, but it's not like he's really. Anyway, I'm not trying to defend him that much, but you can be an alpha male, like you can be that masculine man, but still be a good guy. So I don't really think it's a bad thing, like a complete red flag to be that alpha male. As long as you're not bad. But anyway, a family of graduates from Ondari who studied what? I don't know what he studied. What did he study? I don't know. Mango, what did she study? Nobody knows. Marwa studied actuarial science. Oh my God. Okay. What did Conmam study? I don't know. Okay, he's been accused of rape in US. Oh, man, I don't want to say a lot about him, because I was saying I just respect people's opinion, okay? Because I was watching their that time before he was cancelled from YouTube, his podcast. It's just like the other guy in Kenya called Andrew Kibe. All of them are called Andrew Kibe in Kenya and Andrew Tate. Like, I was following their podcast because that is where I got the idea of podcasts. All right. So I'm saying, like, people have their opinion, and what he was saying is what he believed in. And you have your own opinion. I have my own opinion, and so like that. So I'm saying you can choose to take that side or not, because you may behave your own way. That person may behave their own way. For me, people have their own opinions, and I won't say like this guy is completely. I really like to cancel censor on much things because I know him in person. I don't know that, but I don't know if he was really that guy. He was in that rape case or something. I don't know, man. But I was saying I was following their podcast and whatever he was saying over there, that thing. Anyway, yeah, that is the term people say when they were canceling him. Machete Man said once that he preferred being in a garden, but it is alleged that he was fired. Wow. All right, guys. I really think it's about time for me to click off. I've been here for a good time, and I'm hoping to see you in the next one. So tell me what you think about this whole series and this episode, actually. We'll be talking about, we talked about Christmas list, by the way, and we talked about DEEs boyfriend and MARWA driver, stuff like that. So tell me what you think about all this as we bounce, right? But one thing is, Kit Riba cannot be the driver, but he has to be there. You guys, for those of you who just joined, make sure you rewatch. Okay, you can start rewatching. That will be good, right? Start rewatching, and I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for checking in. Like the video. My voice is fading. That's why I have to leave. Okay, rewatch. Ruben, yeah, rewatch the gossip because you are here for the same. So, and I can see you have a graduation gown. Why didn't you tell Cesar to come and graduate with you? Rewatch the gossip. Thank you for being here. I'm bouncing. Right. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. And God bless you all. I love you all so very much. Bye.
What's up, guys? It's MARWA here.
My name is Kobina Akun, popularly known as Watermaya.
Mungai Eve here.
It's your girl, the African Tigress.
My name is David Jr.
My name is Nasto.
My name is Lucia.
Chef Matiko.
Platinum the Traveler.
Welcome to Adventurers.
Welcome to Kia in Jamaica.
My name is Arwa. I have
Muzungu.
Asante sana.
Miss Trudy is in the house.
Uncle Mo from Kenya.
Congrats, moms.
I'm coming.
They were better than the others.
My name is Mayugno. This competition no Celicia is Manganga. Wood no Simba Banor, you're not under somebody German machine, aka Ep31.
Christmas list or Chris.
This is a show.
Yes.
I thought it was just a conversation.
Listen, I would love to go in depth of this on this podcast because I feel like podcast is where I get the chance to express myself.